the Harman Kardon SoundSticks 4. To quite a lot of you, maybe even all of you, this video is going to sound like somewhat of a rant. I can confidently say this is going to be a rant. There just isn't much to say other than I'm really disappointed in the approach that Harman Kardon took with the SoundSticks 4. Too many mistakes that were all avoidable. Welcome back, folks, to the Spacey Tropics Review channel. It's your boy Andy here. I'm on the road to 5,000 subs, so I hope you'll sub right after this video, or right now even. And welcome to my review video of the SoundSticks 4. So, let's start off with some prelim info about the SoundSticks 4, and spoiler alert, ain't that much. First and foremost, it has Bluetooth 4.2. In this day and age where we have Bluetooth 5.4, really lacking. It's not like the system came out ages ago. It's not Z625 old, but it's not that young either. It's right in the middle. I would have assumed that they would have at least given it Bluetooth 5, but that's just me. And there's an aux port in the back. This thing claims to have around 130, 140 watts RMS, which puts it at around a peak of 260, 280, somewhere around there. There is no functioning app for this speaker system. All right, let's go ahead and get straight into the sound test. That's about all I have as far as prelim info is concerned. Like I said, minor. Let's get into the sound test, and you guys will hear for yourself what I mean by it being a little bit lackluster with that, with the power that it has. Okie doke. So you guys heard the sound test for yourself. Yeah, disappointing. I don't think there needs to be anything else to be said about it. It's just disappointing. Harman Kardon, I don't know what went wrong, where it went wrong. It's just not that great. So, 5 things that stand out. I don't have 5. I got 2. I'm looking at my notes right now. I got 2. First up, it's Harman Kardon. The build quality is always superb. It always feels great. Very strong plastics used here and there. Nice metal base on the bottom of the satellites. Cables are very well made too. That's about all I got. Oh, and yeah, second thing that stands out, the sound is good, but again, as you guys have just heard, not great. So, things I don't like. HK, where is my bass adjustment knob? Previous SoundSticks had a bass adjustment knob, and I think they fixed it with the SoundSticks 5 by putting the bass adjustment in the app. But for the 4, where's my knob? Wait, what happened? The guy who approved that, HR will see you now, sir. Next up, that I don't like. Why were the controls moved from the satellite speaker on the right side to the subwoofer? What if I wanted to put the subwoofer in a different spot to not take up as much space on my desk? What if I wanted to put it below my desk? Well, guess what? I'm not going to be able to adjust the volume unless I'm getting good with my big toe and having to use my big toe to press the volume button. Guys, come on. Come on. Again, for the guy that approved that, HR will see you now, sir. Now, you guys know in my Clips video, I said that I'm not the biggest app fan in the world. I'd rather it be a straight up device, kind of like this, where there's no app, but it sounds good right out the bat and you don't really need much. Well, again, like I said before, we're not in that era anymore, and time is moving, and we got to get with the program. And for a system like this to have no app when it truly, really needs one is blowing my mind. It's truly blowing my mind. I mean, there was apps available all the way back in 2017, 2018 for both products and this products and other sets of products. The other thing is you were able to give the Aura Studio 4 a bit of a light show. Maybe not full RGB, but a bit of a light show. And you couldn't do it for the SoundSticks 4? Where's the logic here? Next up, and this is a big one, no freedom to control your inputs. This system prioritizes Bluetooth, okay? If you have your SoundSticks 4 connected to the computer via the auxiliary cable, and you also happen to have it connected to your phone via Bluetooth, for whatever reason, if you decide to use your phone, even if you have silenced the noise on the game you're trying to play in the middle of the Teams meeting you're trying to avoid, it will automatically try and switch to the phone, and there goes your meeting, there goes everything. You're not going to hear jack diddly poo poo, okay? And it struggles. It truly struggles to switch back from Bluetooth to the auxiliary connection. It's even worse in the Aura Studio 4. It's a little bit better with the SoundSticks 4, but the Aura Studio 4 is just a whole different ballgame of it not wanting to reconnect to the aux cable, even though that's a direct connection. Now, last but not least, don't let the 130, 140 watts RMS fool you. Just don't, okay? The only way it's going to sound loud and proud and out there is if you have this thing turned to 7 out of 10 for the volume or higher. And trust me, folks, you're not turning this higher because without that bass adjustment knob, you're going to feel like that subwoofer is ready to hop right out of its enclosure. Take it from me, all right? I like to take care of my things, and that is one thing that I'm not doing with the SoundSticks 4. All right, so things I'd like to change. No need to list anything. Clearly, Harman Kardon knew the guy that made all of these crappy decisions, sent him to HR, and fired him. And then hired somebody that was competent enough to create the SoundSticks 5, which fixes practically everything. Controls have moved back to the satellites. No bass knob, but you can control the bass via the app. EQ is adjustable in the app. This now has full RGB lighting. This has 190 watts RMS, so it's even more powerful, but, we got to listen to it first, so take the paper for what you want to take the paper spec for. And it has HDMI ARC. You can connect it to your TV. That's a good job. Great job on that one for the SoundSticks 5. And last but not least, it costs kind of the same as the SoundSticks 4 brand new right now, which, not bad. Not bad. Finally, give us back the subwoofer port. Okay? Look, I know for all intents and purposes that when you have a sealed enclosure, the bass response is tighter, more precise, more accurate. That is not what the people of the SoundSticks 5, 4, 3, whatever, they are not looking for precise bass, okay? I promise you with all my heart, they're not looking for precise bass. The SoundSticks is part of the big three. You have the SoundSticks, you have the Clips Pro Media, and then you have the Logitech Z series, okay? The Logitech Z625 is at 400 watts peak, 200 watts RMS with a ported sub, 8-inch sub, and it is loud, proud, and ready for gaming. The Clips, even though it's 100 watts RMS, is obviously freaking awesome, as you guys have heard in my last review. If you haven't heard it, There's going to be a card here or just a card at the end of the video. You can click that to hop on back to the Klipsch review. But for 100 watts RMS, it does superb. Okay? Absolutely superb. And then over here, we got the SoundSticks 4, the SoundSticks 5, 0 port. The Klipsch has a port. The Logitech has a port. This doesn't have a port. Look, I'm telling you right now, give me back the port, okay? Just give it back. I know, dust, this, that, whatever. That's what you guys were afraid of. Find a different way then. Make the subwoofer enclosure closed on the top, put a port on the side, do something else, okay? It's time to give it a little bit of a refresh, don't you think? So, final thoughts. The SoundSticks 4 falls short everywhere. Everywhere except for good build quality and good sound, not great sound. Lack of an app, removal of the physical bass knob, removal of controls from the satellite, no control over the inputs, and truthfully, this honestly gets a 2 out of 5 from me as an overall grade, and that's only because I love Harman Kardon. If it wasn't for the love of Harman Kardon, this thing would get a 1 out of 5, respectfully. It's not great. Don't even bother buying the SoundSticks 4. Just go straight to the 5s. You'll be much happier. You will have way better flexibility over the controls of that system. Everything's been moved back and put where it needs to be put, and it's just an overall better system. And if you're interested in me reviewing the SoundSticks 5 against the SoundSticks 4 or the 5s against the Klipsch Pro Media Lumina that I have just done, please go ahead, get down into the video down below and give me about 40-50 likes if you want me to get the SoundSticks 5. With that said, thank you all for watching. As I said in the beginning of the video, and if you made it this far, I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. I'm trying my level best and hardest to get there. Please go ahead and subscribe down below. Like the video, share it. You never know who may need. Actually, maybe nobody might not need this one. Who may need a little bit more information on the SoundSticks 4 and why not to get it. With that said, I will go ahead and catch y'all in the next one.